Best family, I'm back again today. Let me talk about Black History, guys. Alright, so people, uh, shout out to Wales for uh, saying that basically it will become the first nation or UK nation to make Black history and ethnic minority history and experiences mandatory in the UK on the school curriculum. So I think, what do you think about this idea, guys? Do you think this is going to happen? But I think that's a good move. That's a positive move right now to bring humanity closer to oneness, to bring humanity together to our best things ever as human beings, to be as one people. Because when you get back history at school, then a lot of people would be like, "Oh right, okay, I'm a part of the curriculum right now. I'm a part of a greater nation. I'm a part of a better people and things like that." And I've seen, all right, we hope, and then after that, I think, I think this is a great thing. I think it's a great. What do you think, guys? What do you think about that? You know, as a Black History need to be, I think, put as schools, and people need to study that also. But people saying that we put that our experiences at school, or when people talk about BAMEs and things like that, I think we don't need BAMEs. That's what I gotta say. We don't need BAMEs. When people say, "Oh, first experiences," and BAMEs, and should we include it together? So I think that term they need to scrap it. They need to take that term out of the curriculum, because I think it should say black and ethnic minorities, because I think I just say like nobody should be anybody else minority, nobody should be anybody else majority. We should be all humans equal and live a happy life, and that's what I think. I like to see people, flourishing, uh, after a long time, after a long year, the coronavirus and other stuff that has been going on before, and now we kind of I see what's going on. You know what I mean? So black. I've always said, what I'm saying, I don't really support Black History Month. I I support the idea of, Black history. Black history is a human history. I support Black history where it's being included at schools, the curriculums, and things like that. And it looks like we're going towards a better nations. We're going towards a better people, a better, for peace and harmony, for things like that. You know what I mean? In order to get rid of discrimination, racism, and things like that, we need to think about this. And I see right now. Yes, you've done it. You've done it, Wales. Wales, you've done it. But we see that this year or next year. You said next year, but you've done it. So that's I kind of like the idea that the Welsh nations and the Welsh people, you know what I mean, they're always looking for oneness. So what's going on about England? England, let's go England. Let's put Black history, human race history, a school curriculum. You know what I mean, especially for young children, not to go through this kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? We don't need our kids. We don't need our people. Do you know what I mean? The people that the kids to experience the same thing that we've had and whatever. If that's not being addressed at schools, then I don't think any other people that they're going to celebrate or feel the need to do that. And I hope this is gonna be implemented in England as well. Because if it's been implemented in England right now, a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh right, okay, this is a step, positive step that you're going towards it." And I'll give you a round of applause right now. Wales, yes. You never let me down, Wales. You know what I mean? We never let black people down, because I think you're listening. I think you've done a lot of great things, and I love that. I love when humanity comes together. I love when people recognize there is, injustices around the world, and they wanted to, act and solve the problem. Do you know what I mean? I love that. I like the idea when people say to you, you know, you nobody. Do you know what I mean? But don't listen to people. Don't say to them, "Oh, I'm not nobody." You are somebody, and you're gonna be somebody. That's why listen to yourself. Listen to, you know, follow your path. The right direction that you're going to. Because if you're going towards a direction that which is wrong, but at the end of the day, is going to lead you to a trap. Yeah, going to lead you to something that we're not going to think, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I said, you know, so, but you guys, I personally, I'm not, I'm not saying that, you know, this day is actually Black History Month, but I personally, as I said again, Black History Month is segregationist, but however, some of the stuff that people need to move on from it, and we need to learn by putting the history in school, so we'll study by putting it in other places we'll study. But do not just try to encourage organisation where, you know, they just can't wait for the funding and things. As I said it many times before, guys. You know, let me know what you think about that. Let me know what you think. So, who would you like to see first? You know, what would you like? You know, but there's one thing I need to point out as well, because when people say, "Oh, I think there's another the history," so what will they gonna study? What will they, if you're gonna study, you know, Black history or anything like that at school in Wales? So what kind of subject? What kind of history? That's a very important part as well. Uh, is it a history that where people don't recognise and things like that, or is it distortion of a history? We need to know that as well. But you can't just go, all right, we're gonna put it at our school, but there's the majority of the of a history in there is not relevant. Do you know what I mean? It's not relevant to our own stories. It's not relevant to our own experiences. Do you know what I mean? That's what people need to pay attention to, because it doesn't mean that, all right, I'm going to put your history in school. So then, because I don't want to see, you know, your history or like especially Black history or human race history started with slavery and X, Y, and Z, because it should start with something else. It should start before slavery, prior to slavery, and everything. Include everything together. Don't include just, you know, the history, you know, and experiences and the story and that when the slavery happened and the colonization and that I think what want to see in in history and in schools. I want to see a history that started before, as what I said again, before slavery, before the colonization, and before that. So, with that being said, guys, you should, when you know that, then you will know all your history, which is, you know, the good, the bad, the bad, and the odds as well. So everything needs to be included. It's not just you're going to include the bad, the good, and the ugly. The good, the bad, and the ugly, and the other stuff. You can include those, but at the same time, make sure you balance it. Yeah, but I can't just. I don't want to just hear negativity all the time, in histories, which is the history of the world. And we know human beings have gone through wars. Have always gone through, you know, bad time. But there's a good, bad, and ugly. So, all right, guys, let me know what you think about that. You know, and big up Wales for doing that. And hopefully, we would love to see that in England. We'd love to see that in Scotland. We'd love to see that all around the world as well. So, bless family. Stay blessed, family. Bye.